Hi, I'm going to show you today how to drop and delete rows and columns in Python. So just use Python, delete Excel, not needed anymore. We're just going to import the two libraries, NumPy and Pandas. They're very useful to do these kind of operations. After making a data frame, we're going to use the .drop method. It's very simple. Here I'm just making a store data that is a dictionary that has key value pairs here. For example, customer ID has a list of values from customer ID 00 to customer ID 04. There's also location, gender, type, quantity, and total bill. We can call store data. You see now it's a nice data frame with the columns as indicated above here and the values in the list here. So what we want to do is we want to remove a column from a data frame. We can use the .drop method, as already said. You need to specify what you want to drop here, the column customer ID. You also need to tell Python that you are going to drop a column. So you need to say access equals 1, access is for column, and you already guessed that access equals 0 would be for rows. Now the customer ID is gone, as you can see. However, if we call the data frame again, you can see that it's still in the data frame. That is because we have not yet called in place equals true. You need to specify that you really want to delete this column for good, which is why normally it's always good practice to make a copy of the data. So here we make a new data frame, which we call new store data, which is a copy of store data. And then we're going to just use new store data going forward. Here I'm dropping location and quantity, and I'm saying in place true, so the changes are permanent, but only on the copy of the data, so all good and dandy. Now I'm going to show you also how to remove some rows from a data frame, very simple as well. As already said, you can use access equals 0. Here you want to remove the first row, so now it's voilà, it's gone. Remember, we always start counting at 0 in Python, so the first row here is gone. That is, of course, always a little bit awkward because you will see that the index is a little bit off, right? So here the index is now 0, 2, 3, 4, which doesn't look really nice. So we want to reset the index. So we have a proper counted number of rows and make sure that we call the in place equals true statement to make the changes permanent and say drop equals true just indicate that we're really dropping the old index here. So you can see that now this is properly counted. So that was the .drop method. Then there's also .pop. This is only for lists. So for example, we can turn one of the columns here that we have into a list. We're gonna do that for customer ID. If we just gonna call now the list customer ID, we can look that this is just a list. Square bracket indicates that it's a list in Python. And if we want to delete or remove the third element, remember we start counting at 0 in Python, you can just call .pop. And the nice thing is here with .pop, it always returns to the deleted value. So this was correct. This was customer ID 03. That was all. Join our YouTube channel if you want to learn more, and make sure to stay updated on our Femme Forward channel.